Hey guys, are you planning to visit the land down under? Australia is known as the land of dreams. Along the coast, you can explore vibrant multicultural cities, vast sand islands, ancient rainforests, and one of the planet's most awe-inspiring natural wonders, the Great Barrier Reef. Top it all off with a laid-back feel and friendly people, it's no wonder Australia scores top billing on bucket lists around the world. But Australia has what you might call a bad reputation for its deadly animals. There's a reason why there are so many "everything wants to kill you" in Australia memes. Chances are, you won't stumble upon any dangerous animals during your stay, but you will probably hear about them. In this video, we are going to take a look at the top 10 scariest animals in Australia. If you plan to walk or swim in the land down under, you might want to keep this list handy. Number 10. Taipan Snake. Did you know that the most venomous snake in the world is endemic to Australia and lives in the desert? Well, yes, you heard that right. So if you're planning on walking along the Red Earth deserts, you might want to keep your eye out on this majestic creature. Many reptile keepers regard it as a placid snake to handle. However, like any animal, it will defend itself when provoked. Firstly, it makes a threat display by raising its forebody in a tight, low S-shaped curve with its head facing the offender. Should the offender choose to ignore the warning, the inland taipan will strike, making a single bite or several quick bites. On the bright side, it tends to slither away from humans rather than fight them. Only a handful of people have been bitten by this species, and yes, they survived. Still, even with a good travel insurance, you probably don't want to test its highly toxic venom. If you think number 10 is crazy, wait till you find out what is on number 1. Number 9. Honeybee. Yes, you might have seen this cute creature in your backyard. The humble honeybee, which is not native to Australia, is both common and deadly to a small subset people. Being stung by 100 or so honeybees could put anyone at risk of a fatality. But for those who are highly allergic, even a single sting can be a life-threatening situation. The honeybee has barbed stings, so it can only sting once. But this one thing is enough to make you never want to bother a bee ever again. A lot of attitude for a very small creature, huh? When you are unlucky enough to get stung, you'll suffer a sharp, burning pain and minor swelling, unless you're allergic, in which case a sting could cause swelling and severe breathing difficulties, among other symptoms. Number 8. Saltwater crocodiles, aka salties. Saltwater crocodiles can be found in the ocean, but they are more likely to be in estuaries and occasionally freshwater. Historically widespread throughout Southeast Asia, it's almost exciting in the wild, but not in Australia, and especially not around in the city of Darwin, where you should take these pictures' crocodile warning signs seriously. There is an estimated number of 200,000 saltwater crocodiles in Australia, with a vast majority of them staying in the top end and Darwin. Salties are huge, aggressive, and opportunistic. They eat small and big animals, including humans. Although it's still fairly rare, around 24 deadly attacks between 1975 and 2009. Still, make sure it's safe to swim and avoid swamps, so you'll get home in one piece. Number 7. Bull shark. Australia's legendary beaches are paradise for surfers, until you hear "shark!" Myths die hard, but the truth is that human-caused shark mortality is continuing, primarily from accidental and illegal catches in commercial and recreational fishing. These sharks also tend to mistake surfers for turtles and sea lions. Found worldwide in coastal waters, you're most likely to come across the bull shark in estuaries, harbors, and rivers. It's a very good scavenger as well as predator, so if you are going to swim, you certainly don't want to be swimming near any dead whale carcasses. The bull shark is believed to be responsible for most of the dogs that go missing from the water. Don't avoid Australian beaches because of the possible shark attacks. Deadly encounters are rare, about 5 yearly in the entire world. Number 6. Sydney funnel web spider. This cute little spider, around 1 to 5 centimeters in length, loves to hide in cool, humid places, including under rocks, logs, or maybe in your shoe. Direct UV light will kill it, so the spiders need somewhere to hide during the day. In South New Wales, they can take shelter in homes if the weather is particularly hot, so you might want to cover small holes in your house because they will definitely not wait for an invitation. The spiders can survive immersion in water for several hours by trapping air bubbles next to their skin, so spiders found at the bottom of swimming pools may still be alive, even if only the male bite is proven to be fatal. The bite is very painful, with symptoms like sweating, tingling, and muscle spasms. The good news is, an anti-venom exists. What a relief! We are halfway on our list of the top 10 scariest animals in Australia. How are you taking it so far? Let us know in the comment section. We'd like to hear about it. Going back to the video. Number 5. Stonefish. Dangerously venomous and even fatal to humans. The stonefish is very hard to spot because it usually lies motionless, camouflage. Very inconvenient for sure. They are the most venomous of all fishes and are found throughout shallow coastal waters of the northern half of Australia. The stonefish has 13 sharp, strong dorsal fin spines that are contained within the sheath of thick skin. Stings usually occur to the feet of swimmers who have ventured away from clean, sandy substrate and closer to the more complex bottom structure. Multiple spines can often penetrate affected limbs, resulting in immediate and excruciating pain that may last for many days. To prevent stonefish stings, sturdy footwear should be worn on reef flats or while wading on soft bottom substrates near rocky or weedy area, and of course, just don't step on them. Number 4. Blue-ringed octopus. Sounds interesting, right? 4 species of these majestic creatures can be found around the Australian coast. They are normally brown and innocuous looking, but when disturbed, iridescent blue lines and rings appear. You might be captivated by the sight of its blue glow, but you surely wouldn't want to mess with it. Once bitten by this octopus, symptoms can appear within minutes, depending on where you have been bitten. Because it contains neurotoxins, the body starts to shut down and becomes increasingly paralyzed. Usually, victims die because they stop breathing. Almost all bites have occurred when the octopus was picked up and taken out of the water, so don't touch them and you'll be fine. Number 3. Common death adder. It is widespread in Sydney bushland and relies on camouflage rather than evasion to protect itself, while other snakes will slink off when faced with a threat. The death adder freezes, so it's easy to get bitten if you're walking through a bushy area and step on one. Its fangs are long and can penetrate quite deeply. Ouch! The common death adder feeds on frogs, lizards, and birds, and unlike most Australian venomous snakes that actively search for prey, this snake sits in one place and waits for prey to come to it. Its venom causes loss of motor and sensory function, which means you basically go numb and your respiration starts to slow, and eventually paralysis and even death can occur. I suggest you watch your steps when you go hiking in the grasslands of Sydney, just to be safe. Number 2. Eastern brown snake. Speaking of snakes, here's another one. The brown snake group is likely responsible for the most snakebite fatalities of any Australian snake genus, probably because the species is found all over Australia. Their numbers have proliferated thanks to the ready supply of rodents in most regions. Despite the free pest control they offer to farmers and landholders, brown snakes are still widely seen as dangerous pests themselves. Usually more than 1 meter in length, it's a very nervy snake, so if you come close, they can strike out and bite you quickly. The eastern brown snake's bite can initially be painless and difficult to detect. That's a problem, because if bitten, you'll need medical attention straight away. Its venom can result in eventual paralysis and uncontrollable bleeding. Now that's a sight we wouldn't want to see. Before we reveal number 1, be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on the best and most interesting topics on the internet. Now we are down to the first on our list. Number 1. Box jellyfish. This creature is highly dangerous and is usually found in northern Australia during the warmer months, exactly where you want to swim. They are called box jellyfish because their top has 4 corners as well as clusters of trailing, stinging tentacles that can stretch more than 2 meters. Human encounters occur most often when the box jellyfish comes close to shore to breed in estuaries. If you're in the murky water, you can't always see them, and they can't see you. So when you brush against one, you can easily be stung. Its sting can be unbelievably painful. The venom is designed to paralyze fish, so it immobilizes your nerves and affects breathing and movement. A large dose can cause cardiac arrest and death within minutes. In Queensland, first responders are trained to deal with such emergencies, and you will almost always find vinegar on the beach to help in the meantime because apparently tea doesn't work. What a bummer. Well, there you go. You just found out the top 10 scariest animals in Australia. Which among these creatures scared you the most? Let us know in the comment section. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you had fun with the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Tune in for more of the best and most interesting topics on the internet. I'll see you guys in the next videos.